Craft Out of K. I'm Carla, and Sam is not here today because she had to go to work. Today's July 3rd, and this is going to be our June wrap-up. But in defense of Sam, she wanted to be here, but she didn't have anything that was new since we did our STITCHCon video, which was a whole big long movie. If you haven't watched it, I hope you will. We shared a lot. So this video is our June wrap-up. So we have a couple of things. First, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers that have been with me from the beginning. I truly 100% am so grateful that you take time out of your day to watch me, because I have taken and tried to watch all the people from STITCHCon, and it's quite the list. So for you to take time to spend watching me and seeing what I'm up to has been is very heartwarming, and hopefully you'll find something here that you like, or you see that you want to follow along with me to see my stitching journey where it takes me. Samantha said that she will be with our next video, but because of her work schedule, she couldn't be here, which is okay. We have a lot to show you. First of all, some old business. Well, before we go into old business, I know I thanked my subscribers that have been with me from the very beginning, but I do also want to welcome new subscribers, because we have upticked some since STITCHCon, and I know that's because people are out there talking and they're seeing us, and you know, maybe I met you for the first time at STITCHCon, so thank you so much for taking time to subscribe and to watch and see what we're up to. Typically our videos are monthly. And typically they are an hour or a little bit less. So it gives you some good stitchy time. If nothing else, you can stitch while I babble on. So some old business from our last video. We had our 1,500 subscriber giveaway, and I've heard from everybody. I got to tell you, Debbie, yours just went out. I believe you had the fabric. No, I'm sorry, Brittany. Yours just went out. Everybody else's is gone except for Teresa. Teresa, you won both of these, and I have not heard from you. If you have sent me an email to craftaddictk@gmail.com, please send me another email, because I may have lost it with STITCHCon and everything happened right after we did these giveaways. And that would be Teresa Herban, Herban, I believe. So go back and watch that video where we announced our giveaways. And I will get this out to you. If I don't hear from you by the end of July, then I am going to put this as a giveaway in our travel event. So as part of our Lucky Dip prizes. Okay, so that's old business. So let's talk new business. June wrap up. I had a lot of things happened. First of all, record high stitches for June. I think part of that was because of STITCHCon and being on vacation. That always helps. So for the month of June, I did a total of 17,118 stitches, and that was spanned over 10 different projects. I have 2 fully finished objects. That's right, you heard me. Fully finished objects that I fully finished in the month of June, and I have 1 that was a start and a finish, and I have 2 other new starts in June. So lots to talk about, lots to go over. Let's start with our fully finishes, okay? So the first one I have is my Scotty dog, and I'm going to show you a little secret. Anyways, this was stitched from a magazine, and I don't remember what magazine it was, but I have a friend that works with my husband that is all about the Scottish dogs, and so I stitched the dog, and it has all kinds of little dog emblems in the inside. And also, my sister found this frame for like $2 at a yard sale, but it didn't have a back. And I've had it for a while, didn't know what I was going to do with it. And then one day I'm looking at my finishes, which you can kind of see over here. The door's closed. Boop, boop, boop. There is the wall of finishes hanging on the skirt that will hopefully someday be fully finished. This is, I don't even remember the fabric now. I took the tag off of it, and I'm looking around here to see if I happen to lay it down someplace, but I don't see it. So the problem is it didn't have a back. So this is my solution. I didn't really fully finish it. I could tape this down back here And I just haven't decided if I want to stitch this closed. I'm afraid I'll put too much tension because it is linen. And he just barely fits in there. Or if I will just kind of tack it down. So I hadn't decided on that yet, but I could still hang this like this on the wall if I so desired, and nobody would know anything about this not being back here. And this is a foam board that I put in. I cut it to size so it would fit into this oblong shape, and put the batting and then the dog on top. So there you go, a fully finished object. And I did it by myself, kind of. There you go. The other fully finished object I have, I'm not real excited about, actually. It didn't turn out as well as I thought it would, but it's still usable. First of all, I went to Hobby Lobby, and I got a bag. You can see, it's just a canvas bag. I probably could have cross-stitched something actually on it. It is wove like a cross stitch, and give you an idea, that's about how deep it is. But I decided that I was going to make this a bag that has my stitching book club. So I cut my stitching book club out of my tiramisu fabric from Under the Sea Fabrics. The stitching book club was a sow that she has since had some health issues and hasn't really been putting anything out recently that I'm aware of. Anyways, that year this was like their emblem, and they read books, and then she created patterns based on those books. And I took it and I put a red border around it thinking it would pull from the book, which it does, but my mathing skills were off. I could not, this is a pocket. It's a Velcroed pocket, as you can see. So I couldn't sew it down, and I decided at the last minute that I would just use Aleene's glue and go around the border that I put on there and glue it down. And then after I had it on here, I realized that I am way off here and way off here. And by this point in my process of finishing something, I was done. So it's for me, it works. I'll use it to carry stitchy projects on road trips or whatever. I had first sewn all these borders, and it was the back side showing up, so I had to cut that off. So I was really going with limited space. Probably would have been measured right if I'd have done it right to begin with, but there you go. So Hobby Lobby, and I just glued it on there. So there's another, that one is a fully finished, and it's usable. It's kind of a rough bag. I don't know. The bag I would rethink at this point, but it's done. Okay, so those are my two fully finished objects. So I had one that was a finish, and I thought I pulled it out. Maybe I didn't. I didn't. Okay, so this was a STITCHCON start and a finish. So I showed this on our last video. This would be Prairie Schoolers. And I started this one up here, which is it was called for. I stitched it on a 32 count Jobelin Summer Sky by Picture This Plus. And I picked that up also while at STITCHCON. I should have brought a board in. I didn't bring a board in. And I started it at STITCHCON, and I finished it when I got here. I'm looking to find something I can use as a board. Here, we'll put something here behind it. Okay. And here is the finish. So it says, better a small fish than an empty dish. And as you know, my house is mostly wildlife of moose, fish, deer, bear, all those kind of wildlife things. And I thought this was kind of cool. And it is the called for DMC colors. The fabric is not the call for, as I said, it is Summer Sky Jobelin 32 count by Picture This Plus. And I do have the same fabric cut for the other two pieces that I do intend to start. I just don't know that I'm going to start it anytime soon. So I'm keeping them all together because I do want to frame them all three together. But there you go. This is Prairie Schooler All You Can Eat. And it's book number 97 if you are interested. To the side. Okay. I'm losing my copies, my working copies. I don't want to lose my working copies because I'll go through that later. All right, so on that empty plate for the month of June, I did a total of 3,501 stitches, by the way. Okay, and we have a lot of whips. So let's talk whips. Shall we talk whips? Let's talk whips. All right, they're all over here. You can see them behind me. I'm going to move a few things around here. Let's just go from whatever pops out at me. Okay, so as you know, I am in a Dreaming of Sal with Grace Notes Fabrics and Crystal Row and Pumpkin Primitives and Sarah from the Stitching Kingdom and Hannah Dowling, and I think I might be missing somebody. I hope I'm not, but I'm not 100% sure. So this one would be Sarah King's that I received, and she has the Dreaming of Irises. This is by Rosewood Manor. Mine is Dreaming of Tulips. Anyways, so she is doing hers, had a specific one that she wanted to do on page 8, and so we all have been doing our part, and this is on an Ada. I'm not sure what count. I think it might be a 16 or an 18 count Ada, and the part that I did is this lower part right here. So I did those emblems that goes across. So I got to tell you, this is the first time I've ever done a round robin version of a stitching with doing cross stitch. I've done them with quilting. I've never done it with cross stitch. This has been a lot of fun, and if you haven't done that and you have a few friends, I highly recommend doing something because I've been able to, one, try different fabrics that I don't normally stitch on and realize that Ada is not so bad. I kind of like it, and look how pretty that Ada is. Number two, they send you everything you need, so you get introduced to new designers, projectors. This bag is by Stitch and Button. So she does her floss on floss cards. What do you call them? Floss cards. And so she has all the floss for her project in there. And this is a Sleeping Beauty bag by Stitch and Button. It's Walt Disney. It's got Pinocchio and Sleeping Beauty. And so I thought that was really cool. So she sent that with her floss along with her fabric. And we have like a mailing list. And so I will be sending this off to the next person on the list, which I believe, Crystal, is you. So get ready because it's coming your way. And I put everything in the bag, and I will put it in an envelope, and I will mail it out this week. So that's been a lot of fun. So highly recommend that. If you haven't done that before, you should try it. And you know, had I been really like prepared, I would have everything out. Guess what? I'm not prepared, and you should see how things are stored, right? So how would you do it? So this is A Savior's Praise. This is what the pattern looks like. I am up here in this corner up here. So I'm going to let you know. This is wrapped up in my Garon wrap for the roller frames, for the scroll frames. He makes wraps. I had to tie this one though. And let me take a couple clips off that I clipped things to it. Okay. So that's the wrap. It's still on my scroll rods. I did loosen it up, but I don't take it off the roller frame because there's pin nails in the middle, in between the two sides. So you can see the slit there. There's pin nails in there. I don't want to keep putting nails through my fabric, so I leave it on there. So I will try and insert a picture where it was before, and this is where I am now. And this is done on, I will tell you, This is on a 32 count Zweigart Platinum Lugana. And it's Savior's Praise by Shakespeare Peddler is the designer. And as you can see, I got ABC. For the most part, I believe I am using the called for colors. I'm about to get into the middle section here, and then it repeats. This border's got all kinds of fun stuff in it. So there's a turkey, just fun stuff. So that would be Savior's Praise. And I have met my Whip Go goal for this project. So what that means is it will go away until either I want to stitch on it again or until next year, whenever I pull out all of my whips that are still not finished yet. I am really working on developing a plan for next year as to how do I want to do my whips. Do I want to focus on certain amount, or do I want to do them all? And I haven't really decided yet, because I kind of like these finishes. I like doing the finishes, but I also have some really big projects that are going to take some extensive time to get a finish. So here's my project, is all projected up, and I will put that over here. Okay, next up we have the dressed monkey on the toilet. You guys haven't seen this one for a while, but it's a lot of fun to stitch. So this is the dressed monkey on the toilet. If you do a search for this on your Google search, you can find it. It is 165 by 200 stitches. I have it all on floss drops. It's DMC, and it calls for a 14 count. I don't know what I actually put it on, to be quite honest, but this is where I'm gonna kind of loosen it up a little bit. This is where I got to. So not bad. I'll show you where she was to begin with, and she has met her Whip Go goal. So again, she'll get put away. Everybody's like, why do you want to dress monkey on a toilet? This all started as a practical joke, but now it's just fun. There's a bunch of us that are stitching it together that were on Zoom and virtual stitchers one night, and can you see how cute is that? My husband has a really sick sense of humor too, because in our guest bathroom I have a picture of a monkey's butt from our local zoo that he took and had framed, because he thought that that was just the funniest thing, and you should have funny stuff that people don't expect in your house that they would kind of come across and be like, okay, whose house am I in? What I would say, with a monkey's butt framed in my bathroom. So this will go there to at least give the monkey butt some class, right? We all need that. Okay. Next up, in one of my bags that my mom, I believe, made me, I have Early American Series. You can count this kind of as a finish, but it's not really a finish. This is on a 28 count Jobelin light gray. And so let me not show you the pattern. So I finished, let me pull it out. Give me a second. All right, so I finished Martha's little Early Americans. I think it's number 3, Martha Washington. I finished her, and then I started Paul Revere, and I'm almost done with Paul Revere. Like, it wouldn't take much to finish Paul Revere. I basically have the top part of the house, like the windows and the roof, and a date, and it's done. So some of this one will probably come back out. I'm going to say it will come back out because I'm so close to a finish that I really had a lot of fun stitching on it. And this is number 4 of a 9-part series. I'm putting them all together. So here is where I am. So let me just loosen this up. This one is on one of my American Dream rods. And what that means, or what that is it's Velcroed on. So I'm going to try and show you here. So you can see it is like the soft fuzzy part right here, and then on my fabric is Velcro. Hear it? So I have that Velcro to the rod, and my husband cut me the boards for the end, so I had more end pieces. I needed more end pieces. And I started off, I have John Hancock, Betsy Ross. Those are those top two. And then as I scroll down, we have Martha Washington and John Revere. Those are the next two. There we go. Whew, sorry for you people that wear headsets. That's probably was kind of loud. When I store them on my scroll rods, I loosen them because I don't want to stretch the fabric. So if I'm not going to stitch on it for a day or two, I'll go ahead and loosen it up. If I'm going to stitch on it the very next day, I just leave it alone. I really usually don't, but I do try and put some looseness in. So there you go. So there we have it. I'm close, and then we'll be going down and doing Molly Pitcher, I believe, is the next one. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, and then the Liberty Bell I'm going to put in the bottom. So it's going to be kind of like a really wide bell pull without it being a bell pull. And at the very bottom, it's going to have the Liberty Bell. That's my plan. So there you have that. Some good progress. And I had fun, really a lot of fun stitching on that one. I really didn't want to put it away, but I had so many other projects that needed to come out. So, for instance, another sow that I'm working on. This is in a bag my mom also made me. It's got the vinyl front. And I like these really long ones because I can put my bigger scroll rods in there. Are you getting a guess at what this one is? Let me see. I can't show you because all I have in here is my working copy. However, this is Cross Stitch Nation by Heartstring Samplery. And I am doing this with a group of friends where every other month we do a spin of the wheel. Grace, Colleen, and Corinne on Grace Knows Fabrics, they spin the wheel on their channel and tells us who is the person of the month for that month. And that person gets to pick what colors we use for their hair or their outfit. And so I have 3 of us done. So there is, I believe this is Colleen. I get them mixed up. This is me in the purple, and this is Crystal. So we are getting due for a roll here soon. And I can't believe, I belong to Cross Stitch Nation. I put this year on it, so I am staying up with it in my initials. And so I really like this. It is on a Fortnite fabrics. I'm fairly certain this is a Fortnite fabric. I wrote it down. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Oh, yep. Fortnite fabric, 32 count sew vein. So, how about that? I guess I'm kind of... So what I've done this month is her. So we'll see who comes up next. There is a man that has a pocket watch in this pattern, and that person is to represent the men in our lives. But this is with Colleen, Corinne, I think Crystal, well, yeah, Crystal, because I just stitched her. I think Bonnie with Pumpkin Creek Primitives. Hannah Dowling is in here as well. So yeah, it has been a lot of fun to stitch, and it's not stressful for us. So in this case, we wanted to do a round robin, but we did a little twist to it. Instead of us sending everything to the other people in the group, we're picking the colors, and that person can use whatever colors they want that represents that person. So I thought it was neat. All right, next up, this was, hope you guys are having as much fun as I am with this. Okay, so this was a rack random act of kindness to me from my friend Joni, and she sent me Heaven and Earth Designs Sunday Delight, and that's by Randall Spangler. And I'm over here in this section over here. Made a lot of progress. I guess I haven't been really telling you how many stitches, but Sunday Delight got 2,316 stitches this month. It is in another one of my Garon wraps which I like. See, the penguins, I always know what's in here because, hello, it's ice cream. Penguins and ice cream go together. All right, ready? Are you ready? Okay, here we go. So, this is how far I got. There is a lot of, it's called for Kreinik. I use treasure braid in the lid and in the jar. And it's not picking up the sparkle, but it is stitched. When I tell you it's stitched, all of this is stitched. All of this is stitched. Except for where you see those threads coming out. So, there you go. I'm hoping you're seeing that. I'm getting you up there nice, close, and personal. This one was not a whip goat call. I was really excited to just work on it. I just wanted to work on it. So I pulled it out because I felt like it. And I'm glad I did because it got some needed love. And I'm debating on doing that royal row method and going all the way across and then working down. I've been debating on that. So, but before I do that, I was kind of trying to fill in and use up some of those threads. So what I have hanging off of there is called a bobbies. You can get those on Amazon. They're relatively inexpensive. I have seen some Etsy people making those and putting magnets to hold it with. So, you know, there's that they can do. And this is on an omnic frame, which I like. I can loosen everything up. And put this back on here. This would be Sunday Delight. If I don't put this stuff back where I got it, I forget where it came from. And just like that, oh, here it is. I have my floss pulled for this one. So this one could travel with me. I have my floss pulled on floss cards. Because usually on my bigger projects, I just use my master set that sits in my stitchy spot. But I like these big D-rings because I can put everything in this bag and it's all together. And then I just hook it around so it stays with the, you can see, it's hooked on there. It stays with my project. So when I go to work on this next time, all I gotta do is grab this and I've got it ready to go. Okay. I had a new start while I was at StitchCon, and I did show this last month, but last video, but I'm gonna show it again. This is Tom Fedro's pattern. It is Gecko Rouge. He's the artist. And I wanted to do this because it had nice blocks of color, so that's why I took it to StitchCon to start it. I have it in a little sock. Because it fit. And it was something that I had sewn before I started using omnic frames because it holds these smaller scrolls. So I didn't get very far. It is a new start, keep in mind. But this is an American Dream Easy scroll with the Velcro, and I only had gotten that far. I was using the new Royal Row method, so I wanted to try and work my way across. I did 300 stitches in the late night stitching room. It was started on my birthday, and it's not a big piece. So, like, that's it. It's not very big. I say it's not very big. It is still full coverage, and it's still going to take me a lifetime to do it because I have a lot of full coverages that I'm working on. But I am a person that is about the process more so than it is about the end result most of the time. And when I want the end result, then I just pull out something that's not full coverage that I can make some, get a finish on so that I can hang it behind the wall and not ever look at it again, which we're going to fix that because, you know what, we do beautiful things and we should show it off, and our stitching grows with us and our talent grows as, you know, as we do and we evolve. So anyways, and this Gecko Rouge sells everything as a kit. So this is the paper copy. It is also on my pattern keeper, which I use for anything I can. And so everything's there. So that can get put away. All right. So now let's talk haul, if we may. So, bobbies. I ordered some more of these. They are no tangle thread bobbins. Again, there's 8 in a bag. I think I got a pack of three bags or 4 bags of these because I do use them a lot and I ran out. I use them on my full coverage pieces, and so hopefully I won't lose these. I'm going to put them in a container beside my stitchy spot so I know right where they're at. If you've not ever seen them, there they are. Pause here, look. There you go. And they are kind of slick. Let me just open this up and show you. This is how they work. So they come like this little disc, but they're rubber, so it flips up. So now you see how it flips up. You wrap your thread around there, and then it goes over top, and it holds your thread because you flip it back down. They're really neat. So, showed you how to use bobbies. The other thing I got was a new shop that is opened by Sammy J. Sammy J Stitches. She is on this on FlossTube, and she has started her own online shop called the Tiny Hummingbird Stitchery. And I ordered something from her. So Tiny Hummingbird Stitchery. She gave me a little floss cards, and I ordered 2 things actually. I ordered a Tasket by Rosewood Manor. I just love the blues. This sang to me, so I had to get it. It is what it is, but I had to get it. So I got it. I don't know that I will use the called for colors because I may want to do a little bit more greens. I'm not sure, but I'm going to have fun with that. I also ordered the June Bug because I've been seeing this and I had FOMO. So there you go. So the June Bug by Nora Corbett. I also got this, and I got the beads packs that go with her. So there's only 2. One has a star, the other one are like purpley beads. I'm sure that goes up in the top part, but I got that as well. So that will find a way into a project bag with fabric and material for a new start once I finish Miss Ladybug. So until then, it will stay where it's supposed to be, out of the way. Guess what? Got pink bag. That means Grace Notes Fabrics came, and so I did kind of peek because I just couldn't contain myself. So this month, their little accoutrement, or whatever you want to call it, extra sewing nookie thing, is little tweezers. So they're like little bitty tweezers, which are cool. So that is the tweezers with pinpoint precision. I don't know about you, but sometimes, especially when I'm playing a good round of thread chicken, a little bit of tweezer help is immensely needed. And it came in its own little plastic holder, so I won't lose it. Hopefully I won't lose it. I also order from her that comes with my monthly fabrics, and that is the Year in the Woods from Cottage Garden. Oh my gosh, my brain went blank. And so this time I got the bear. I know there's other animals out there. I just am collecting these at this point. I haven't started stitching them. My plan is to stitch these once they've all been released. And I'm going to basically put them into a hanging quilt. I think there's going to be 9 of them if I'm not mistaken. But how cool is that? And I have an idea, but I'll tell you about that later. Okay. I got stickers because you can never have too many stickers, and she always wraps her stuff up, and I pour into it as soon as I got it. I couldn't wait to do this one. So I do 25 count. I'm going to switch things up, and I actually placed an order for some 28 and 32 count for next month when she sends my fabric of the month, because I saw somebody and I wanted to, I thought their colors popped and I liked it. Anyways, this is called Sparkling Grape. It is a 25 count Lagana back quarter, And this is the neutral for the month. You can see that modeling. The sparkling grape, you would think would be more, it's not real purpley. It is a little bit. It's kind of, but it's not pink either. Boy, I don't know how to, I mean, you're kind of, it's a very faint, like a very faint purple hue. I'm trying to, like it's faint, but it's there. Let's see. I got itchy nose. If I can, you can kind of see it there against the white a little bit. Of course, I'm wearing a purple shirt. That probably does not help for you to see the actual true colors. But I'm telling you, if you were not in Grace Notes Fabric of the Month, why are you not? Really consider them. They have fantastic fabrics. Here's Sagnando. Here, you say it, because I think she does that on purpose. This is the other fabric of the month, and it is a nice, pretty pink, and it's a little bit darker. I think my light's washing it out a little bit, but it is a definite pink. There you go. That's pretty good color right there. I get 25 count Lugana. I like the 25 count. I can stitch over one, but I'm getting a good stash of it now. So I was looking at my fabrics and trying to figure out which was the next one I really wanted to kind of build up. I think, well, she offers, just go to her website. What am I telling you what she offers? Go to her website, Grace Notes Fabric. She has a website. She has a Facebook group. If you search Grace Notes Fabrics, you will get to where you need, and they have fabrics that go up for sale, plus they have the fabric of the month. So there is that. If I can entice you or enable you, sorry for the crinkle. I'm going to toss that up there. Okay, I'm going to put this back in here so I don't lose it. Okay, guess what, guys? My bin is empty, and we didn't talk about, I wanted to talk about oh no, I have more. I have more to show you. I had another start. I started this on June 27th. It is a Maritime Quaker, and it's a work basket design. I started the mermaid right here, and I have been stitching on this pretty solely. It is on, I'm going to tell you, because I have the paper right here, 32 count Summer Sky Jobelin. This is a gift for my daughter. As I see the little mermaid head up here. I did pick this up when I was at Keepsakes, and I thought she would really like it. So we are close. I've done a lot on this one. I am stitching it with this beautiful floss. This floss, if you remember, I talked about while at StitchCon, our friend that I had dyed me some floss for my birthday, and we were trying to convince her that she needed to consider doing floss and selling it as a business, and she has agreed and has started her own business, and her business is called Farmhouse, Flossies and such, and I will link her below. This was one of their hanks. It is cotton, but it does not look like silks. It is cotton dyed, and she did purple and blues, and I cut it up, the hank up, because it came in a big twist. Anyway, I cut it up into sections, and I have been stitching on this. So look at the variegation. You can see the blues, the purples, like, and I am almost done with her. I mean, I didn't center her on my fabric quite right, but that's on me. I am almost done with her. I just have to finish her arm, do her staff, and then put her head on. So I'm going to finish her today, but it's July, so you'll see this one in the July wrap-up. but I wanted to show how nicely it stitches up. Like, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so this is Mermaid Quakers, and it's by Work Basket Designs. I am going to do the whale on the same fabric, same count fabric, and this is the whale. Sorry, here you go. So you can see the whale. And I am doing, I think, instead of doing the whale and the purple, I'm going to try a different one of her colors. And I think I'm going to try this one. This is called Deep Waters. And I went ahead and opened it up and cut it, but it seems like a more grayish blue. And I thought that would look nice as a whale. They're going to be on two different fabrics. And when I look at this, don't you think, wouldn't that look like a whale color? I don't know. Listen, if it doesn't work, my daughter won't care. So she'll love it anyway, just because I made it. So I have that pulled off to the side because I want to start that. It's going to be a new start. Again, this, I don't have a name for this one, but I think it's beautiful. We were kicking around names the other day. I don't know if we ever did come up with one, but beautiful. So I will be working on that later today. So I don't want to mess that up. Let me put this over here. Okay. So on that note, I wanted to show you, this is the segment that I promised you on my last video called the STITCHCON Corner. So I wanted to talk to you briefly about Farmhouse Flossies. Her name is Cindy, is the owner. She has developed a Facebook group. She has some items in the album, I believe, for sale. I'm going to show you some of the colors that I had received for my birthday, because I don't think even this does not do them justice. I wish I had more pictures to show you. I will insert, let me take that back. She sent me some pictures, so I will insert some pictures here. Also wanted to show you, like, look at these browns. Look at. Now she does smaller yardage, like 10 yard, I think, pieces, and she does 50 yards. So if you're a long dogger, and I say that with all the love in the world, you know, how valuable is it to have a good hank of threads that you're not going to run out of. Not sure how much yardage is in here. I didn't ask her, but look at those colors. I mean, this one is sunset. That's sunset. This is really pretty. It's a party. This one is strawberry shortcake. Early apples, like those bright greens. Sprouts. This one I didn't have a name, or I might have lost the name, but isn't that pretty? It's like a peacocky color, I would say, peacocks. Then you have Snickers. Lion's mane. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Like, this one is Dirty Old Shingles. So she has some beautiful colors. I will insert pictures here of what I've seen so far that she has sent to me to share with you. And she has also offered to do a giveaway from this video. So if you are interested in winning your very own Farmhouse Flossie, I don't know what color it will be, but if you put a comment in the comment section below that says Farmhouse, we will enter you into our giveaway, and we will draw that in our July wrap-up video, and she will send you a Farmhouse Flossie original. So she does her batches in small batches. She told me that the colors are not always the same. So if you feel like you really need to have It's a Party for a project, order what you want at the time. Pick up as much as you want, because the next one may not be exactly like this. It'll be close because she does keep her recipes, but doesn't mean it will be exact. So that was just one of the things that she did let me know. So wonderful person, wonderful human. So if you are interested, again, I will put her link to her Facebook group below. Join her Facebook group. She does show pictures of what she's dyeing, and I'm sure she would be open to suggestions. The other person I wanted to bring up, actually too, is Twin Creek Stitchers. Pam and I believe it's Valerie. They're sisters. Twin Creek Stitchers. They are a new floss tube channel. Definitely check them out. I did a shower right before I came in. My hair is now dry. It's somewhat. So I was messing because I saw it was sticking up. Anyways, I hate when people do that, so I try not to do that. Twin Creek Stitchers, check them out. Pam is wonderful. Her sister Val, I talked to them at STITCHCon. I know that I have their floss drops with me somewhere, I think at my Stitchy spot, and I forgot to bring them back, but I had wrote them down, so I know I wanted to make sure I brought them up because I love their channel. They're two sisters. They are Zoom and they record because they live in different states, and I believe Pam lives at Twin Creeks in Ohio. So wonderful, wonderful variety in what they share, and so check them out. And my last one for today, because I was only going to do two, but this young lady saved my booty. So I went on a trip, just got back today, to my daughter's in West Virginia. And of course, I'm stitching because I was hoping to get that finished, and realized I didn't have a highlighter to highlight on my work pattern. So I went digging around, and guess what I found? I found Pumpkin Creek Primitives pen. It's a pen on this side that writes, twisting, and it's got a green highlighter on this side, and it is awesome. I want to know, Bonnie, where did you get these? Because I would so want a whole stash of these. These are wonderful. So this is in my stitching go bag, because it covers both my needs. It gives me a pen to write with, and it gives me the highlighter to highlight my work patterns with. So she handed these out, and I know her most recent video is out. She was one with me that had gotten COVID while we were at STITCHCon. There was a bunch of us, I believe, in Weekend A, and it was a lot of fun meeting her. And she is in my Stitch Along, my group that I'm passing stuff around to, and so now I could put a face with the name because we had Zoom, so I hadn't met her before. So that was really cool. So check out Pumpkin Creek Primitives. I will link everybody I mentioned in the description box below so that you can go check them out and subscribe and support their channels, and and have fun and do all the things that we like people to do, like, subscribe, all those wonderful things. And supporting the channel, that's a great way to do it. Liking, subscribing, then people know that content is good and they may venture by. So if you watched our video, I say hour, I have got floss. Oh, I got my nails done. I just caught that in the reflection. But I got my nails done while I was at Rachel's. We went to the mall, and I decided to go patriotic. So there you go, little stars and stripes. And I'm getting sidetracked. So Samantha's not here to keep me reined in. So without further ado, I'm going to wrap this up with, be sure you comment below with the word Farmhouse to be entered in the Farmhouse Flossie thread giveaway. I don't know what color it will be, but you can't go wrong. And if you're wanting to try one out, what a great way to do that. And check her out. Show her some love. New business starting up. Local. She lives in is there. It's in Pennsylvania. Her shop's in Pennsylvania. I say her shop, but it's all online. So her shop is all over the world. I'm just babbling at this point. So I'm going to go stitch. I'm going to tell you to start what you want to start and stitch what you want to stitch. Happy stitching, everybody. Bye-bye.